Should Matt have stolen someone's money at the ATM?
I'm hoping yes. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to it. It's kind of a gray area.
Welcome back, folks.
Yep. Today we have a very personal topic to me, a personal story that happened to me. I really like these. I know you do too, where we get into like something that actually happened in our lives.
Yeah, we're more invested in those because the stakes have never been higher.
Yes, it's like I made this decision, and I need to see if the universe agrees that this was a proper decision for me to make.
Yes.
Morally speaking.
So this is Matt's story, so why don't you go ahead and take it away and tell us what you did or didn't do.
Okay, so this is what happened.
Right.
So I went to the bank, ATM, and as I pulled up, I saw some paper sticking out. And I realized that paper was money. So as I was pulling up to deposit
Was this the first
money,
time you ever realized that money was made of paper?
Did you guys know that? I thought it was just like some kind of magic. I knew it was paper. I don't know where I'm going with that. So I pulled up, and I'm like, I'm about to make a deposit into my account, and there's money like shooting out of this ATM.
It was spraying out of the ATM.
It was spraying out. So I just held a bag open. It filled the whole thing.
Right.
No, that would have been insane. And a cartoon. It was $200 sticking out of the machine as I pulled up. And I was like, I feel like I'm being morally punked. Like, the universe is just like, let's see what you do here, Matt.
There's just someone around the corner who's like sticking their head out, trying to see what you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm all like one of those shows where it's like, let's check out a random person's morality and see what they would do in this everyday situation where they think no one's watching.
You know, I saw one of those shows one time where the thing that they did was they like pranked the Subway shop. And they had someone pretend to be like really gross and like coughing on the food, and like they lost like a Band-Aid in someone's sandwich or something. Anyone who complained, they were like making fun of. And then like the one person who was like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I'll just take it. They were like, hey, you want all of this money because you weren't a jerk. Like, everyone's well within their rights. Like,
yeah, that's too far.
It's ridiculous to be like, someone sneezes in your food and you're like, oh, come on, man. Or like, oh, bad person. Bad person. He complained about me sneezing in his food.
No, bad food.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, your time on one of those shows. What happened?
Yeah. I really felt like that. I was hoping to kind of see it on TV later. I got there. I looked at it, and I was like, okay. I'm like looking around. Like, there's got to be someone around a corner, like peeking around like a bush or something, just waiting to see what I do. So I took it out, put it in my passenger seat, did all my deposits, and then I went inside the bank and was like, hey, are you guys able to see who was at the ATM before me? And I gave my information. They said yes. I gave my information.
They lied.
Okay. I was like, well, there was $200 sticking out of the machine. And she was like, oh, well, what did you want us to do with it? And I was like, should I have kept it? Can you put it back in that person's account? Like, that was just before my account? Like, you guys have to have a record of, like, what time someone... Like, who in order, you know? Like, you're the bank.
Yeah, but what if no one was withdrawing it? What if someone just came up and stuck it in there?
Well, then the person before me just got an extra $200 in their account.
What if that person before you was a murderer, and they were just going to use that $200 to go commit a murder?
I can't determine what someone else does with their money.
They were probably pulling out cash so that they wouldn't be tracked when they would go out and buy, like, rope and acid and knives and whatnot. And then they forgot the cash was there, and they were like, well, now I can't commit a murder. And then they go back to the bank, and the people are like, hey, someone brought back your $200. And then they're like, oh, great, now I can go commit this murder. And then the bank teller's like, what's that, sir? And then the guy's like, ha, 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 I was joking. Please don't tell anyone I was here, or I'll murder you. That was a joke. I'm not actually going to kill you unless you do tell someone. Then I might. I'm still joking, but don't. And I guarantee you that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely within the realm of possibility. But yeah, so I gave it to her. I was like, well, I guess, can you put it back in their account? And she's like, oh, yeah, we could do that.
We could do that.
What?
Why are you emphasizing could every time?
I'm trying to pull the money from my hand. I'm like, I don't know if I want to give this to you anymore. She's like, give it to me. So that's what I did. I gave the money back, and I just kind of trusted the bank, put it back in that person's account. I had one or two people tell me I should have just kept it. It's a sign from the universe that I was owed an extra $200 in my life, that I was wrong somewhere else. Other people said good job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tricky. Like, my whole thing is I don't think the bank gave it back to them.
Yeah, I just
I
don't know.
I don't have a lot of confidence in that fact. I feel like they would be reluctant to do that. I don't know. Stuff like that's usually more complicated than you would expect it to be, especially when a bank is involved.
Well, yeah, because what I expect is be like, all right, you were at what ATM? Number 2? Okay. All right, Matthew. Okay. And before you was Joseph. All right, so we got Joseph's account pulled up. We're just going to go ahead and put that in, and I'll put this in our safe or drawer or something of money.
We don't know what rules or regulations there might be that are designed to keep people from giving that money back to the first person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should have taken it. I'm just saying I don't know if trusting the bank necessarily means it would go back to the same person.
So technically, I took it and then I gave it back. Mm-hmm. So I kind of did both, but I didn't. I gave it back.
Yeah, you didn't keep it.
No.
I don't know. I would feel conflicted about that too, because if you just leave it in the ATM, the next person behind you is going to come grab it, and they might not give it back.
Honestly, my first thought when I saw that $200, or after I counted the $200, I was like, this would buy a lot of Chick-fil-A.
What if it had been $10?
I would have done the same. Honestly, whether it was $1 or $10,000, it's the same. You take the same moral stance.
Yeah.
You might be tempted more or less, but it's the same moral stance, and I would hope whatever your stance is, you stand by it. Yes.
I don't know. I think the amount of money changes it for me. Because if it's $10 and I don't trust the bank, I'm just going to keep it. But $200, like, if you keep that, that could be someone's last bet they need for their rent.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's fair, too. If I found right outside the ATM, on the ground, if I found an envelope with like $10,000 in it, I would go in and I would tell them, or no, I would call, because that way you can just get out of it. I would call the bank and say, hey, I found an envelope outside. There's no numbers, no receipts, no nothing on it to identify anything except it's just cash.
Yeah.
If you can, here's my number. Give me a call if someone reports an envelope missing with a certain amount in it. I'm not going to tell you how much.
I don't know. I feel like they would be upset about that. I feel like they would tell you that you're legally required to bring that back because it's over a certain amount or something. Like, I don't know. Like that, I don't know if they would let you just do that. Is it the fact that it's at a bank? Is that what makes it hard for you? If you found $20 in like a grocery store, would you go up and give it to the checkout lady?
I would not.
This is a complicated one. It's hard to answer.
It really does. You made a good point. It really does determine on the location and the amount.
Yeah.
It does, because those are weighable factors.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that, but you're right.
Like if I found $100 on the sidewalk, I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, it's yours.
Yeah.
Who do you report to? The closest house?
But what if that sidewalk is 500 feet from the local bank?
500 feet is really far.
I don't know.
Amount and location.
I don't
know. You're right.
I
I think that's a huge factor.
So what's your final? I mean, I guess your final take is that the right thing to do is to give it back to the bank.
Yes.
At least in this story.
In this story, 200 coming out of the ATM. Yes, I think I did the right thing. Return to the bank. Guys, if you guys can comment down below. Look at this comment thing right here. It's pretty nifty, right? If you can comment down below with what you would do, I really appreciate it. I need some kind of support, or tear me down to your level. I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for this, but I'll say you should have just kept it because I feel like giving it back to the bank didn't do anything. I mean, if you feel like they're not going to do the right thing, and that's where it's going to stop, you might as well keep it.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. I really don't trust them to give it back to the person. I don't know why, but I don't.
Because people aren't trustworthy.
Well, I feel like, the way bureaucracy works, it's not that simple. Like, on a person-to-person basis, it's like, oh, this guy was here, this money was left, they were the last person there, it must be their money.
Yes.
But to a bureaucracy, it's like, whoa, you don't have the 20 forms of paperwork to guarantee that. I don't think giving it to the bank was the best idea.
Could have put it towards the show.
You don't need that blood money. But okay,
it would have been hot chocolate money.
Let's go ahead and settle this with the universe. You say give it back to the bank.
Yep.
I say don't trust the bank. Let's see what the universe says.
All right, let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boom! It's the right thing to do.
Give it back to the bank.
Yes.
I guess they'll do the right thing. I hope the universe knows what it's talking about, but I don't know where the universe does its banking. All right, so today's Would You Rather also has to do with money and deposits and finding money, actually. It's kind of a combination of all things. So, would you rather have the ability that every time you bend over, a $1 bill magically materializes in front of you that you can pick up?
Okay.
Only $1 at a time, and you have to bend your back all the way forward each time to do it.
All right. Like you're tying your shoe. Like,
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Or once a month, $1,000 randomly deposits into your account. No questions asked. It's not like 50 years go by and then like suddenly you realize it was attached to the mob. Like just God himself decides to deposit $1,000 in your bank account.
And that's all he could spare. Man, well, that's tough because $1,000 just extra every month would be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But if I could, like, every time I bend over to pick up a dollar bill, I get one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to bend over 1,000 times a month.
Yeah.
So
Which makes you wonder how many times are you already bending over?
So I'd have to bend over like 333.3 times a day.
Yeah,
No.
Seems like...
No. 33. Wait, 30 days in a month. I'd have to bend over like 33?
I don't know. I'm not good at fast math.
My brain. 330. No. Yeah. That's right. I believe it is 33.333 infinite times. I got to bend over every day in order to make that $1,000.
Yeah. That sounds right, actually.
50 times a day, I'm making like $1,500 a month.
Yeah, but think about how much that's going to do to your back.
It's going to be really tough.
Maybe you can do that for a few months in a row, but eventually you're going to get sick of having to bend over for $1 at a time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, if I could just kind of stay bent over and just keep picking it up, totally worth it.
Yeah, but you have to get all the way back up and then all the way back down, which, I mean, there you go. You're getting some exercise. I think I'd take the $1,000 in the bank account.
Man, I really thought I was going to end up going with the dollar bill thing, but you're right. I would go with the $1,000 because, yeah, after a month or 2 months, you're going to be like, maybe even 3, you're shot.
Yeah.
Like, your back's going to have nothing left. You should be like, I'm so tired of doing this.
Yeah, and that's it. Once you lose the ability to bend over, that's cut off. But maybe you lose the ability to bend over, but you're still getting $1,000 in the bank account every month.
Yeah, I think long term, the $1,000 is best.
Yeah.
Short term,
This should be like a math problem.
I think it is because we kind of struggled there for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, I would do that.
Well, today we found out that it's okay to trust the bank. The universe would like you to give the money you found back to them and let them sort it out. And we also found out that both of us would like to get a free $1,000 every month.
Surprise.
Right. As opposed to doing backbreaking work.
Yes.
Again, surprise. Well, speaking of backbreaking work, it's not backbreaking work. It's to sit there and watch through all of our videos. So get at it. Maybe you'll find a dollar bill at the end of each one. Who knows?
That's right. But in the meantime, remember to comment, like, and push the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes.
Yep. And never say ATM machine. It's just ATM.
Yep. Ring the notification bell.
Keep your safe by stashing it in a safer safe.
And remember, change can be a good thing as long as it's not in pennies.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, IKAGA.
Yep.
Yay!